And I just have to say, I went from being a mentor to being mentored. Thank you, Representative Wasserman Schultz, to my colleagues, former colleagues, all the ambassadors and the civil society leaders that are here today, and everybody who's with us. I'm here really not just as a member, but as a mother and as a grandmother. And I think all of us are here in that capacity in some way. We've heard we mark 131 days since October 7th, when the Hamas terrorists attacked Israel, mercifully killed 1,200 people, tortured and maimed thousands of others, and took 240 hostages. War is never nice, but some actions in war are so awful and so devoid of humanity that they are considered crimes. Hamas terrorists raped, mutilated, burned, assaulted their victims to inflict psychological and physical pain, unleashing trauma that continues to plague a very grieving population. Raz Cohn was a survivor. This is, in his own words, what he witnessed. 5 men came out of a van and captured a woman, ripping off her clothes, and they formed a circle around her, and one raped her and killed her with a knife, and then he raped her again. And the men, they didn't seem angry. They just laughed. They thought it was fun. They murdered a lot of people for fun. I still remember her voice, Roz said, screams without words. Roz's story is just one account of widespread, unimaginable crimes Hamas committed against Israelis. A number of us met recently with the parents of 2 young women, 19 and 20 years old, both musicians, full of life, with dreams and aspirations, who are still being held captive, most likely in the dark caves of Hamas in Gaza. And they, alongside 20 other young women, are feared. Well, we don't want to, it's even hard to talk about the fear of what's happening to these young women. We know they are in tunnels, most likely where the air and food are scarce, and the abuse is abundant. 131 days of this, and you could just imagine, or don't want to imagine, the emotional torture of their parents and families. And as our ambassador just said, shockingly and alarmingly, Hamas brutal violence has been met with a shrug, just a shrug, from many corners of the world, even people denying their violence. And we know sexual violence has been used as a weapon of war throughout history to terrorize and humiliate victims. But that doesn't make it okay. And we must make it clear that sexual violence is a crime against humanity and must never be used or accepted as a weapon of war. So I am in a very divided house. There's sometimes something I can say that's good. Today, I'm going to give you the time if you want to come to the floor. At 3:45 p.m. today, the House will consider a bipartisan resolution condemning Hamas' despicable acts of rape and sexual violence in its war against Israel. I want to tell you that the Speaker of the House, the Majority Office, our Minority Office, all intervened to get this bill, this resolution on the floor. It has 200 co-sponsors, Republicans and Democrats, across all philosophical bents. We got the people on the left and the people on the right, and with one voice. I thank Kathy Manning. Where are you? Are you still here, Kathy? She had to step out. She'll be managing the bill. She's one of the prime co-sponsors, and I'm going to give a shout out to the Republican Prime co-sponsors Mario Diaz-Balart and Jen Kiggins. The resolution condemns all rape and sexual violence as weapons of war, including those acts committed by Hamas. It calls on nations to criminalize rape and sexual assault. It calls on all international bodies to condemn Hamas' barbaric actions, and it reaffirms our support for independent investigations of rape and sexual violence committed by Hamas, and reaffirms our commitment to supporting survivors of rape and sexual violence. This is not a one and done. Tomorrow, the Women, Peace, and Security Caucus will kick off, have our kickoff event. The focus is going to be on sexual violence. And I will say thank Ambassador Gupta, who has a commitment that we will be working on this issue domestically and internationally. And we're going to continue to be heard on this issue. Thank you.